All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our first review for the premiere episode of The Walking Dead: Dead City. Alright, dude, so definitely wanted to go ahead and get to the review for this new episode, the premiere episode for The Walking Dead: Dead City. I think we've been anticipating seeing this one for quite a while, since the original Walking Dead series went ahead and wrapped up and ended in the fall. So a bit of a break there. We have had Fear the Walking Dead on for the last little while, but it has not been very well received in its final season, Season 8. It's kind of wrapping up. Very few people are watching it. This one, though, I think a lot of people would be excited to see for The Walking Dead: Dead City, because it is the first true sequel or spin-off series to the original Walking Dead series, with, for example, Fear the Walking Dead being a companion series, Walking Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead being sort of like an episodic. But this is the first sequel or continuation type of story that we've seen from The Walking Dead post the ending of the Walking Dead original TV series. And this one, of all the different, Walking Dead series, this one feels the most closest or the most true to the original of all the different other series that AMC has gone ahead and done, whether it's World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead, or Tales of the Walking Dead. So far, this really does feel like a almost a direct continuation of the original Walking Dead TV series. I think this one's been renewed already for a second season as well, which is really great, but we'll have to see when that airs, because there's the writer's strike and all that stuff going on, which could push things back quite a while, depending on how long that lasts or how that works out or how that affects AMC. So we'll see. After seeing this first episode, spoilers, awesome episode. Really, really awesome start for Walking Dead: Dead City. I love it. I love everything about Dead City. I love the intro. I love the theme. I love the style. I love how, you get to see that continued storyline that started in The Walking Dead Season 11. In the first half of Season 11, there was 3 parts. So the first part to The Walking Dead Season 11, which is the dynamic between Negan and Maggie, how they play off each other, and if they have some kind of mission or something that it makes sense for them to team up to work on, how that kind of works out between the two of them, whether or not they can trust each other, questions of, who's really the bad guy, is everyone the bad guy, and, some really, really, really good stuff between them. So in this one, we get to see Walking Dead: Dead City. We get to see Negan and Maggie go to Manhattan, and it's really awesome, dudes. It does. So even though it's the closest other series I think we've had to the original Walking Dead, the visual style and kind of the theme of it and everything does feel unique. So it feels like it's close enough to the original Walking Dead series, but at the same time, it still has its own sort of unique feel as well. But a good feel, I would say. A good feel. It really feels like a movie or something along those lines. It has some vibes for Last of Us, which premiered this year as well. Some things that remind me of that, because it was just kind of on recently, I guess I would say. But so we kind of got to figure out the storyline of this one from the trailers. It is that Herschel is kidnapped by Croat, which is the name of the villain, at least for the first season for this series. And so basically, what do we got? We got what seems to be kind of like a rescue mission type of a story here for the first season, for the first 6 episodes likely, having to go to Manhattan to save Herschel from Croat, who is, I think, an awesome choice for a villain. He's basically, and I think some people had mentioned this, they thought this might be where they were going with it. He's basically a savior, and he was part of Negan's group, and he actually had left. Maybe Negan burned his ear off, not sure. He's kind of got the missing ear at the one side, and he does the whistle thing, if you guys remember, for The Walking Dead Season 7, back when the Saviors always used to do that. Kind of a tip-off there, and kind of continues with that afterwards. So it seems like he wants revenge against Negan, so he's kind of looking for Negan and everything. At some point here, he captures Herschel. We have Negan, Jenny, and Maggie as kind of our protagonists for the storyline, and then we also have the Marshals, cool new sort of connected communities called New Babylon, which is completely new for Walking Dead. It's not something that was ever in the comics that I recall, or really some of those mentioned before. But there are mentions this one of Hilltop. There's even a Nightmare flashback for season 7 with Glenn and Negan, the lineup when Negan kills Glenn and everything. So yeah, so even though it's got its own feel, definitely the truest to Walking Dead that we've seen from any of these other series. I think that you could fit this episode right in, or this storyline right in as a half season of Walking Dead, original series, and it would fit very well. So the only thing about it with these spin-off series is that the rosters are going to be a bit limited. We're not going to have too many of our Walking Dead OGs in each series. Each one is going to be sort of sectioned off. You'll get maybe 2 here, 1 there with Daryl, and then Rick and Michonne, 2 or maybe some more there as well. Croat, though, does feel sort of like a character from the original Walking Dead that we just never got to meet in the original Walking Dead, but that would have been there at some point in the canon, similar to like a Dwight or something like that, and now sees an opportunity to get some revenge, it looks like. So we've got the scenes at the bar. We've got zombies everywhere, the usual stuff. Just kind of a different look for it, I think. It doesn't really feel like that Walking Dead old, like grainy and everything like that, kind of old school film style. It's kind of got that new polish to it, like a new movie or something. Looks really great. All around looks great. New Babylon is cool. The Marshals are quite badass as they're going after Negan and Maggie with him as well. So the 2 of them and everything really good, I think. And some good scenes at the end here. We have Croat kind of interrogating Herschel, and a pretty funny one where one of the guys tries to escape from Croat, and he's like zooming down this like, what would you call that, like a hand rope glider, whatever you want to call that, between buildings or something, and Croat cuts it as he's in the middle, dropping him over 20 stories to his death. It's pretty cool in this one. You get kind of like the spectacle to get to see Manhattan, to get to see New York. You sort of have zombie rain or zombies raining, so if there's like noise around in the ground, it can echo up, and then you hear all this shattering from walkers going through windows to try to get to it, or off of rooftops and kind of raining down and just splatting all over the place. There's a gnarly one that has like a rat in its mouth that goes to eat one of the junior marshals, and the rat kind of is coming out of his mouth as he's doing it. So they went all out for this one, I think. Everything about it's really great. We'll be excited to see, how long it lasts for, what they could do, maybe with a season 2 or something. The only thing is it's called Dead City, so it's kind of focused on that location. I think this is probably for a TV series, for a AMC Premiere streaming series, about as big in terms of scale as you could get Manhattan looking, unless you were going to do like a full-fledged movie or something where you could do, something even bigger of scale. But it does feel big enough in scale and close enough to Walking Dead that's like, yeah, you're watching Walking Dead, but different enough that you're watching something new at the same time. So I thought the first episode was great. Mentions of Hilltop, New Babylon, everything like this, and some fun little fights between Negan and Maggie, and Maggie and the others, some people at the bar and stuff like that. So it's pretty great. So definitely, if you haven't seen the premiere episode, check it out. Old Acquaintances, really awesome. I'm going to give the premiere a perfect 10 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic, a lot of fun, and definitely worthy of its title of Walking Dead, for sure. So if you like this video, please thumb it up below. Subscribe at the bottom if you're new, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this one. How do you feel about the feel and the vibe of the show versus Walking Dead original? It's just 6 episodes for the first season, but we'll see if they do more than that. And I think they did say they're going to do a second one. So we'll see how much they get out of it. But really great start, that's for sure. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.